Hello, my name is Jennifer Jacoby, and I am doing a report on graphic design for Comp 1 technical writing for Jane Marlowe's class. So, we've all heard about graphic design, but what do we really know about it? Well, if you look at anything on the market like this is Honey Made, or Tostino's pizza rolls, or the brand Hormel, or even the ever popular Pop-Tarts. Basically looking at these brands, and the first thing you see is the art that's on it. And yes, I do mean art. There are people out there like me who are going into this field who actually design all of these products. In this market, there's a lot of underestimation of, of what people really do when they're in the graphic design area. I mean, we look at the actual art that goes on the box. We look at the typography, which is the words. We evaluate A to Z what that box is going to look like, how it needs to be done, and bring you this beautiful end product. Now, as far as everything else goes, well, you're probably asking questions like, well, what's the pay? What's, all of that about? Well, I've got lots of great information right here, and we're going to take a look at it right now. Okay, what I have pulled up here is an article on www.bls.gov/arts-and-design/graphic-designers.html. And what this gives us is a summary of what the job median the job pay median for 2010 was. And as you see here, it was $43,500 per year, and that's approximately $20 an hour. Now that is with a bachelor's degree. Associate's degree makes it slightly less, which is what I'm currently going for right now. Now, also if you look at the number of jobs in 2010, there is over 279,200 jobs. And then the job outlook, 13% increase over the next few years. And then employment change, there was only 37,300. Now, as far as this goes, this is great to hear, but I don't know about you, but I'm still a visual person. I'd like to see some of this, as far as like a graph or something like that. And here we go. Here is one of the graphs, and this is what I'm saying. See where it says graphic designers right here? If you scroll over, 43,500. Arts, design, entertainment, sports, and media is slightly less at 42,870. And then total of all occupations is 33,840. Now that is pay. That's per year pay, and that was taken from the median annual wages in May of 2010. So, what is it that we do? Well, like what it says here on what graphic designers do, our duties, we meet with clients or the art director to determine the scope of the project. We advise clients on strategies to reach a particular audience. We determine message and design. Again, I gave you great examples of, like the Pop-Tarts and things. If the graphic designer didn't do that correctly, you'd be wondering, okay, well, it says Pop-Tarts, but what is it really? Then we develop the graphics or the visual or the audio images for our product, illustrations, logos, websites, the text, the style, the images, that's all of us. Now, between you and I really think that the pay could be a lot better for what we do, because, I mean, we basically make your product, what it is to the public. And Everyday Populous is 98% visual. And then they're like, the other 2%. Okay, well, now that I've seen it, what's it about? And so that's why, I believe graphic designers are very, very, very underpaid for what they do. The kind of environment that a graphic designer will work in is generally an office or or a factory in-office type setting. A lot of drafting tables, computers, a lot of software, and a lot of that can take a toll on the body. Sometimes they telecommute, which is actually a little easier on the body, because, I mean, if you're in an office from, say 9 to 5, you've got bad lighting, computers, stresses, and things of such nature always weighing on you, making it very, very difficult to accomplish a lot of what you're trying to do without a lot of stress on your body. Not to mention sitting in chairs that are inappropriate for your back and things of that nature. Now, if you're at home, you can be a little more comfortable. You can relax a little bit. You can get the chair that you really need. You can get the keyboard you really need. Not to say some companies wouldn't accommodate you, but generally, working from home, you're a little more comfortable. And most graphic designers work full-time, but schedules can vary depending on the workload and the deadlines. So, I mean, it has its bonuses, but, there's still a few negatives. And how to become one? Well, first thing first, you gotta have the education. Education, education, education. And believe me, I am grateful for the education that I currently get, because I have noticed drastic improvements in my own work as a graphic designer. Important qualities that a graphic designer really needs is artistic ability, communication skills, creativity, teamwork, and time management skills. You got to be able to get those deadlines done. It's part of the entire area of working, because you've got deadlines. You've got to make them. Otherwise, it looks bad on you as well as your company. I've already talked about pay, so we're going to talk about the job outlook. Overall, there's a great increase for this job. They're going to be looking for more and more graphic designers in the future. There is a high turnover rate with us, however. Well, basically, if you don't do a good job, or the company decides that it's not worth having you to be a graphic designer for their company, kind of happens. Yeah, but there's always people out there looking for graphic designers. Always. Not to mention a good chunk actually go into business for themselves instead of other companies. There are similar occupations. Like if you go into advertising as a graphic designer, you can make upwards of well over $100,000 a year. that is really good for a graphic designer. There's art directors, which you kind of need a bachelor's degree for. That's into $80,000 a year. The crafts and fine artists, the desktop publishers, the drafters, the industrial designers, the information security analysis designers, multimedia and animators, printing workers, technical writers. They're all in the $30,000 to $75,000 range as far as, you know, yearly income would go. But these are all the occupations that you can really get into after you have gone through after you have gone through the schooling for the graphic design area. As you see here, you can expand your career from just being a graphic designer, which has an extremely bright outlook, into all of these other areas. And there are a lot of them. You know, this is only showing 20 of 433 or 443 other options that match that occupation. So when you're going into the work field and you're looking at all of this, or even if you're going into education for the first time, really do your research, because there's some awesome things in the graphic arts design field that we're really improving on an everyday basis. Thank you.